What if your ERC20 token could teleport from Ethereum to SUI in a single click? Stick around and I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that with Axelar's Interchain Token portal in 3 steps. First, we are going to create a brand new Interchain token on Ethereum, and then we're going to deploy the same token on SUI, and finally we transfer some tokens from Ethereum to SUI. Let's get right into it. The first thing you want to do is to navigate to interchain.axelar.dev for mainnet environment. But for the purpose of this test, I'm going to go ahead to testnet.interchain.axelar.dev and then click to connect my wallet. I've connected my wallet, so I can disconnect so you see how it is, and then you connect your wallet, EVM chain, your wallet provider, and then you click connect. And that's it. The next thing you want to do is to click on deploy a new Interchain token button, and then you see this page where you can fill in the details of your token. And then in this case, I'm going to call it my demo token, specify my token symbol, and there's this option called is mintable. If you enable this, then you can set a minter that can mint additional token after deployment. But in this example, I'm going to deactivate this and then just go ahead and specify the total supply for this token, in this case 10,000, and I'll leave the salt as it is and click on register and deploy. So you have the option to deploy to additional chains here, but for now I'm just going to leave it and then deploy on Ethereum. So the next thing I want to do is to click to confirm this interaction on chain and then wait for it to deploy. Now we have this page where you can share on X to talk about your new deployment, or just go straight to the token page. So now we're on the token page, and as you can see, we have the token information, my demo token, the token symbol, the decimal, token address, and every other details about our token. If you scroll down to this register chain, you can find we have the Ethereum Sepolia chain. And then the next thing is, if you look at this balance, we have 10,000, which is the initial total supply that was set earlier on. And then every other information like the token manager, the token address. The next thing we want to do is to deploy on SUI. So I'm going to scroll down to select SUI and then click on the register on one additional chain and go ahead to approve this transaction. So what you see now is you can see the transaction status here says Interchain token deployment, and then the transaction is trying to load. So we can keep track of this transaction directly on the portal without leaving the portal. So we see how everything happens in real time. Also, you can also view this transaction on Axelar scan. For now, let's wait for the status has been updated on the portal. As you can see here, it's now showing initialized. So we can now click to view on Axelar scan. So if we click to view, we should be redirected to the Axelar Scan Explorer, where we can find information about the token that we are trying to deploy remotely. We can see the method that was called, the status of the transaction, currently passed, it has passed the send stage, gas has been paid successfully, and is currently waiting for finality before it moves on to the approve and execute stage. And then you can find the source chain. We can head back to the portal and see all of these changes in real time here. If you scroll down here, you can see we have a pending change session. We now have SUI added there. Now we have the transaction completed, and then the register chain. Now we can see we now have Ethereum Sepolia and also SUI. So if you go back to Axelar scan, you see that the transaction have been completed, both the first leg and also the second leg successfully. And you can find every other details that you want to track on chain here. So we're going to go back to the portal here. The next thing we want to do is to transfer assets from Ethereum Sepolia to SUI. I'm just going to do that by clicking on transfer button here, and then select the amount I want to transfer. Let's say 1000 MDT, and also the destination chain. So I'm going to copy my address here and then paste it right here, and then go ahead and click on transfer token on SUI. So now we have confirm, and then we wait for the transaction to be completed. All right, so now the transaction has been completed successfully, and if we take a look at our balance on Ethereum Sepolia, find out we have 9,000, and we sent 1,000 initially from Ethereum Sepolia to SUI. From single chain to multi-chain, mission accomplished. See you in the next one.